Brodes Media.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into Sports Talk with Brodes. No drama tonight, and that's the way I needed it. That's the way I was asking for it. I could not mess around with any BS tonight. I'm not in the mood to sit here and scream. I'm not in the mood to be agitated. I just wanted to have my 3 TV set up in the man cave. I wanted to watch some playoff hockey. I wanted to watch Christopher Sanchez. I wanted to see this Phillies team get a good, solid, strong dub. Go to sleep. I got a dentist appointment in the morning, which is never fun. I got a long day ahead of me Thursday. I'm not trying to play games. And to their credit, they gave me what I needed badly. Every single time the Nationals creeped in just a hair, here's Bryson Stott knocking in JT Realmuto. And then here's Nick Castellanos driving in Bryce Harper. Then you got the extra added insurance from Kepler, smoking it to right field. JT let one rip as well, which was nice to see. I thought he had a sneaky, nasty game behind the dish with how many pitches were in the dirt by Christopher Sanchez. He just nonchalantly moves his body, gets the scoop, whatever it is. And it's a sick play, but he did it so laissez-faire that, there's JT being JT. What? What? I loved watching that game from him today behind the dish. But it all started really with Kyle Schwarber. First inning, the first time getting to attack. It was about 10 pitches or so for Sanchez to get out of the top of the first. So you're moving with some life. You're moving with some energy at the ballpark. He one-handed flicked his wrist, and that ball was smoked. How the hell do you barrel up a baseball that intensely by barely doing anything? He didn't even move his hand. He had the power. Just poked. That was a half-ass poke job. That thing hit the middle layer there of the board, no? Did they have like a visual board that was sort of second level-ish? Didn't it smack off that, or am I drunk? There is a possibility I missaw it. But I don't think I did. Regardless, impressive either way. And that's the way I need you to start when yesterday was as sad and pathetic as it was. And Rob acknowledged it when he was in the dugout today, speaking with the media. We got away with one. We escaped one. We did not deserve to win that game. Huh? Is that Rob Thompson showing his version of accountability, whereas strong teams find ways to win, and that's what's so incredible about this team? And he may have said that on the post-game show right after the game was over. I don't know. I didn't listen to the full thing. I was sitting here doing this with you. But I like the day after. Come on, man. I mean, Alec Boehm was thrown out by a million steps if they could just apply the tag. Rob didn't say that verbatim. I'm just looking at it with my view and my perspective on it. Huh. I didn't know if I thought like that would be a quote that he stated if I woke up in the morning and was getting ready for game 2 of this series. Hey, game 3, by the way, Taiwan. How we feeling about Taiwan with a sweep? I think he's going to pitch well. I do. I think he's going to pitch well. Is it going to be more than 3 innings pitched? 90? Of course it is. Of course it is. We'll see 5, maybe 1 earned run. This Nationals team is a joke. Doesn't it look like when you watch them that 3 or 4 of their hitters swing to the point where their bodies twerk the wrong way and the bat's coming up the shoulder for the backswing while the front foot is up in the air and out, and they're dancing in the middle of their swing. Their body's all crazy and wacky. Or am I the only one that felt that way through the first 2 games? that there's 2 or 3 guys, specifically when Alvarado was in the game and he had that ridiculous, crazy 8th inning. Guys, they're not good. Taiwan's going to have a gem. Christopher Sanchez, the forearm injury. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that he's pitching already, and it's a pleasant surprise. I'm thrilled that it wasn't as bad as I thought initially because I was already in the mindset of Tommy John. Just because forearm starting pitching, that scares the living hell out of me, and that's the way it normally goes. And I still have some concern that he's not as healthy as they're leading us on to believe, but at the same point, they are very protective of their players, and they wouldn't just have him on the mound if there was a fear of Tommy John and it was hanging on by a thread. They clearly got images, and they felt very good about the images and what the doctors were saying, or else Rob Thompson would never in a billion years just throw Christopher Sanchez out there to the Wolves to injure himself and, to ruin what could be a very strong career. So then I guess it really isn't that bad, even if I don't think he's as healthy as they say he is. None of this makes sense. Thank you for being here. He went 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 walk batters in 87 pitches. He was battling, but I always love the fact that when somebody has a day where he isn't A+, he still manages to stay within. He still manages to keep this team involved, and he'll get out of the jams. Double play balls are almost automatic with this guy. That's why the defense, truth be told, really does make me nauseous, because I don't know if I can rely on some of our ground ball pitching when we have the issues that we do. And that's fair criticism. I don't think that's ridiculous. I don't think that's me just pointing out I don't like one specific guy. But the truth is, when you need a big double play, when guys are pitching for contact, you got to make it happen. But Sanchez, he gets those hitters to ground out all the time. First and second, 1 out, a bad walk, a single happens. Ground ball to the left side. 2 pitches into the AB, bing, bang, boom, you clean it up. Now you're back in the dugout, and you're getting through another inning or 2. Crazy. Did I mention Trey's 2 throws to first base? I don't know if I did or didn't. If I didn't, how about those 2 throws to first base? If I did, those 2 throws to first base. I'm sorry. I'm better than this. I apologize. Let's look at something that is very exciting, and that's Bryson Stott. I am actually in love with this version of Bryson Stott. And by the way, he shows up to the ballpark after getting stepped on at home plate. Here he is getting on base. First AB of the game when your team has a chance to bat. I didn't know if he was ready for leadoff like this. Either one of 2 things. One, he's just doing his thing and just showing up to the park and doing his thing, not overcomplicating it. Or he was a little disappointed when all the Kyle Schwarber leadoff stuff was happening, all that conversation, sports talk media say, hey, maybe an 8th, 9th, 7th, maybe not 9th with some of the other guys that were on the roster, but maybe he's a 7th, 8th guy. He's just there to help flip the lineup over and put together a hard-nosed AB. Did he use that debate to piss him off so much that he knew when he had this moment, he's going to fucking crush it? He's going to fucking kill it. Did he go all about his business like that? Which would make me fall in love with this Bryson Stott version 50,000 times even more, because I just think that's sick. But I'm curious deep down if he can be open to all of us and tell the fans, yeah, you know what? I am so much better than what some are saying. Last year is such an anomaly. Last year was such not who I am. Wait till you see this. Come on, man. I got the goosebumps. Now, that's something that's giving me some passion about this team with light at the end of the tunnel. That's something I could bite into. That's something I could chew on. It's been hard for me to find that, but I'm trying. You may say that I'm a bastard that's super negative with this group and I'm unfair to certain players and this and that, but don't you dare question my ability to open up and give it all I got. I give it all I got when it comes to trying to love a team and finding the joy in the team. I do. I get this way when I lose my mind and I start losing a lot because I consume some of the crap that I consume on a day-to-day basis. Actually, I'm doing exactly what I said I didn't want to do. Drama-free. Nice win. Got the job done. A relaxed state of mind. That's what I took a lot of pride in. Yet somehow over the last 11 minutes, I gave you that. Now, here's what I love more than Bryson Stott. That's right. And that is Green Lawn Fertilizing. They are the best in the Philadelphia area. They are experts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware. And coming up in a couple weeks here in May, I'm getting my 3rd round of treatment. I'm getting my 4th round of treatment. And I am going to see my green grass continue to get more beautiful as the days go by. The neighborhood is on notice. There are multiple different families that came up to me to ask what we've been doing because it's that noticeable. It's standing out that much, and people are in love. They now want to get the product. And you do as well, I'm telling you. The first round is so important to lay the groundwork that you got to get started now. They are offering, Green Lawn Fertilizing is offering 2 free treatments for you right now and 10% off. So this is what you need to do. You need to make sure you check out the link down below in the description, which will take you right to their website through my link. So it'll tell them that Brodes sent you. And I can't wait for you guys to start this process, get going, because you're missing out on something so electric. My daughter has a lawn where her and her friends can kick the soccer ball, can play softball, can do whatever they want to do. You don't think that makes me the happiest father in the world? Of course it does. Green Lawn Fertilizing, get started today. All right, as we get to the anytime hotline calls here, just remember, this version of Bryson Stott is absolutely amazing. Whew. Let's go to the phones.
Brodes, I know you like to gamble like I do, and this is my 2nd time calling you because Schwabibi is a god. But again, I want to continue to say this. The Phillies will be a playoff team if Max hits 20-plus home runs. I'm telling you right now. Without it, he won't. For some reason, I have, coattailed this guy, and he's got balls, dude. And I'm telling you, but here's the problem. That's so much. I wish I could do what you do in life, because I have a whole 45-minute segment on the Phillies and what their issues is. Number one is, other than pretty much Stott, Bohm, and Rojas, the rest of the lineup would be DHers. Every single one of them. Seriously, go through it. Trey Turner sucks at defense. He should be DHing. Kyle Schwarber is fat and slow. He should be DHing. Bryce Harper is injury prone. He should be DHing. JT Realmuto is old and injury prone and a catcher. He should be DHing. Nick Castellanos was never good on the outfield. It's just surprising that he's actually played pretty decently with us, but with the Reds, he was a complete liability. Should be DHing.
All right. A lot going on there, and I don't even know what direction to take it. Was that Max Kepler he's talking about? Max Kepler? This team rides or dies on Max Kepler hitting 20 bombs or not? I don't know. That doesn't seem like a reality or reality at all, or the reality of the situation or where we are right now with the current state of the Phils. I don't get that. And also, DH, JT's not just a DH. What do you mean? He's still very productive defensively. Body can still manage that side of the game right now. Nick Castellanos in right field. He's not a DH. He's not the best right fielder ever, but I actually think he's played a good right field since being in right field. A good right field, which is stunning for sure. Don't get me wrong. I'm not acting as if that's something that I thought we'd get. Like, no way in hell. And sometimes I think some of those slides in the postseason was more because someone faster would probably be there on time where you don't have to slide. But all in all, I mean, that's one of the farthest things on my list of importance for this team is JT's catching and Nick Castellanos in right field. Who else did he say? Bryce? Now, Bryce is still a first baseman. He had to change positions due to the injury, which I would actually like to have the discussion on putting him back in the outfield at some point, even though I doubt that's going to happen at this time of his career. He's not a DH. Schwarber is. Schwarber is a DH. But I don't see eye to eye on any of that. It's my personal opinion. Let's go back to the phones.
Hey, Brian, this is Hyro calling from Lake Bank in Lancaster. I'm following up just to let you know there's a couple things I'm going to need to close that HELOC for you. So I'm going to need a updated homeowner's insurance policy.
Oh, my. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not Brian, but if Brian is listening from Lancaster, you're going to have to figure out something with your homeowner's insurance policy. Is that where we're at right now on this program? All right, so it looks like Rob Thompson postgame said Ranger Suarez will start on Sunday. And then Sean Kane of NBC Sports Philadelphia followed that up by saying, which means Zach Wheeler will not start on his scheduled 5th day on Sunday. With the off day Monday, Wheeler will start Tuesday with an extra 2 days of rest. He's been very outspoken in his preference to pitch on regular rest. Tricky situation for the Phillies. Now, that's an interesting wrinkle. Because what I've been trying to talk about is you need to bolster up this bullpen. It is an extreme negative. It is something that is actually crushing, and you need to make serious change to your bullpen and a lot of change. That's not like an opinion. That's a real fact that needs to be done. Dave Dombrowski must improve it. They have too many starters. They do. Andrew Painter, now at Ranger. Right now, there is a bunch. Taijuan Walker, while your bullpen is a negative. Figure it out. What I'm not going to do is have us try and bang our head against the wall nonstop as if that's going to be beneficial. At some point, you got to address what's at hand here. So, hey, Scott Boras, I don't give a shit if you don't want Ranger Suarez to be this, because we need him to be this if we are going to keep our eyes set on a World Series championship. It's just what it is. Hey, Andrew Painter, if we need you out of the pen, that's where we are putting you. Hey, Scott Boras, I don't give a shit what you do think about this decision. I need help in the pen. That's where I'm going internally to get some juice, to get some life out of our 7th, 8th, 9th innings. We're desperate. And these guys can help us out. And I don't think they can't. Now, I don't think that's what they're going to do. But I think Ranger, whatever ends up happening, I think Ranger benefits the pen more than Walker benefits the pen. Because I think Walker, would it be surprising if Walker turns into a non-factor in a 5th, 6th inning? Here's 2 random innings after somebody else goes 4, that role. Is that automatic? Yes. Because I wouldn't be shocked if at some point he looks like a bad version of Ruiz or a Ryan Kerkering, and that just doesn't pan out. Then, again, he didn't really fix anything. He might just be useful as the random starter that can throw 90 pitches in 3 innings and you move on to the next 5th day where he gets another nod at it. While Ranger then can come in 2 games in a row in a 1-run ball game with a very important 7th with traffic on, or a very important 7th with 3, 4, 5 up in the lineup, and now you're fixing that hole. They're not going to do that, though. But this is very interesting, knowing Wheeler wants to have his schedule prioritized as the number 1. Matt Gelb here says Ranger Suarez will make his return on Sunday. Rob Thompson said it'll go Luzardo, Nola, Suarez this weekend in Arizona. All right. I get nervous that they are trying to, what is that saying? Trying to fit a square peg in a round hole? Something like that? And if that's what they're doing, oof. Now, I did not address this yesterday. That video of the kid who was imitating Jose Alvarado, and there was a beautiful story on him on the Inquirer. That was so fucking awesome. I mean, that was just so sick. That is the beauty of sports. That's the power of sports. That is why we fall in love with the game the way that we do. We've all had those moments playing baseball. We've all had those moments playing football, whatever sport it was, where you're just lost in it. And the greatness of the sound and the greatness of the ballpark. And you're watching these pro athletes through the lens of being, you know, a kid and just loving what you're doing. They shot that video feed of it, and I'm like, damn. They nailed it. They nailed it. They captured the perfect moment. Just awesome. With that, we'll see what transpires tomorrow. What a crazy show, I feel. Now, maybe listening, you don't agree, and that's okay. But, I mean, I'm taking phone calls on this random homeowner's insurance policy, and I don't know. I'm just going to shut up. You guys are the best. I love you. I'll talk to you all on the next one. Go Phillies.